finishers in World Rugby. It is a humiliation.
The head men in this French national team effort towards the Six Nations and ultimately the Rugby World Cup at home.
Use it.
Better scrum from France, but Italy will use the short side, and while Ignacio Brex will crash it up for the Italians and Varney will hold possession for them.
Tackle, let him go.
Comes from Paul Willemse wearing 5. Good to see him back after such a long absence in international terms. Last game was in the Six Nations last year. That's blocked down, and away France go, and it's Flamand, the second row. It's a knockout punch in the opening 4 minutes.
Too early, and that's exactly what's happened. It is sloppy play from the Gloucester scrum half. Varney, really, you haven't got any guards there, you've got no protection. I'm not quite sure whether you wanted to chip that ball over the top, but unfortunately it's a nothing kick. Flamand, as you just said, he just can't believe his luck. He has the dexterity just to pick it up, and off he goes underneath the... Olivon's good, Jalonge can move up to the front. Aldry is there at the 2, there you go, easy ball at 2.
And to the maul France go. Julien Marchand is at the back of that maul. The Italians have defended well in the first phase. And well, can they go again? Body positions corrected, and the Italians hold firm again, and Dupont goes to the back line. Ficou gets through the first tackle and almost away. Quick ball, crossfield kick. Where's this one off to? It could bounce anywhere, and it bounces for Ramos. France are in.
Ball like a forward, here we go. That's come off a French hand, I think. I don't think Penaud touched that at all, but we'll have another angle.
Try.
That's come off.
Does Blue get a hand
Capuzzo.
there is probably the only question, isn't it?
And gone back from...
We're just going to play the best angle to show that now, Matt.
Dumortier
Penalty advantage,
takes it in. France go looking for their 3rd try. Dupont. Ramos. Crossfield it goes. Damien Penaud. There are 2 there to make the tackle, one of whom is Morisi for the Italians.
Still advantage.
Still advantage, says the referee. Cyril Bay comes on the charge. Dupont will get it, but it's slower ball. Ntamak knows he's playing with advantage, and boy does he take advantage. What a kick right in the pocket of Ethan Dumortier, who scores on debut. But take a bow. Take a bow, Roman Ntamak.
The bounce of the ball hasn't gone their way. We're just seeing how they turned that ball over again because there was not enough protection at the ruck. So again, Varney needs to call people into there to help him. And when it comes out, them being stretched from left to right, there's a space over on this left-hand side. And on debut, there he goes. Easy. 3 tries, first half.
Barlow and France secure possession. And Flamand screams at his pack to drive on and use that massive power that they've sprung from the bench in the shape of Macalo and Teo Fifanoa to drive forward. Midfield, Ficou. France turning the screw, raising the temperature.
Advantage, high tackle.
Advantage being played. Teo Fifanoa, great hands, Jalabert! Great finish. France burst back at Italy again.
Thanks, mate.
It's 2 heavyweights, and Italy have been a heavyweight in this game.
It is, but at the moment, I don't think they're worried about the bonus point try. Yes, it's a nice point, but actually, this is better that they're putting themselves a bit of distance between Italy. A very dangerous Italy side. And I've got to say, Ficou, on both occasions, you go to the go-to man. He just did enough at that inside centre role. He rolled with the punches, he picked the ball up, he made an extra yard.
And Anthony Boutier, last time I looked, he was fit. I mean, where's he gone? You know, he bounced onto the scene against England. It was magnificent. Haven't seen that much of him since. So they've a lot of depth, haven't they? The French. Dupont under trouble, under pressure, in trouble. Ireland driving them back again. France making them think very hard. How are they going to get through and beyond this Irish defence? The physicality at the moment just isn't getting them as far as they need to be. This is outside the 22 for Dupont. Carried back in, so we can't go direct to touch. Goes to James Lowe, the man with a thunderous left boot. Olivon challenged by Lowe. Good challenge by Lowe. Here goes Dupont. Bit of space for the magical scrum half. Makes him a dangerous man. Damien Penaud, de Moefana. Here's Dumortier. Again, they're getting caught in their heels, France, far too often.
They're going to try and generate a position where they can kick on their own terms. Not worry about kicking. You can't just run it out willy-nilly just because you fancy having a run. You need to pick your opportunities.
The rugby they're playing is more like the kind of rugby you'd play in the opposition 22, not your own.
15 good.
Sexton picked up a dead leg last week. Up goes Keenan and fails to gather it now. It's Dupont. Moefana under pressure from McCluskey. Gets it away to Intimac.
Avantage terminate.
Again, they've not kicked on their own terms. It's a poor kick. It just lobs the ball up to Mac Hansen.
A little chip and chase for Hansen. Oh, nearly bounced for him. Intimac gets in the way. And then a loose, wild pass under pressure from James Ryan. But Penaud, can Penaud go here? Brilliant ball inside of Jelonche. Opening the pitch up with the French. Jelonche needs support. He gets it from Damien Penaud. You never give a vampire a taste of blood. And that's what Damien Penaud is. He's one of the ultimate finishers in world rugby.
They're trying to open up this Irish defence. They're trying to play a chaotic style of rugby, which means the point of attack is always changing. The Irish can't set defensively. You've got Irish defenders bouncing out, biting in. And that's exactly the type of defensive line that this French team really want to get stuck into. He does so well there, does Damien Penaud, to get through that gap. In November he was quite quiet at times and he just burst into life. He is a class act. Can't keep him quiet all game.
Escargot, he is not.
Reminiscent of that Grand Slam game 11 months ago when France beat England. There goes the hooker, that's Julien Marchand. Just inside the Scotland 22. Fed on there to Greg Aldrich. Dupont. Another big carry, that time from Flamand. Out from Dupont to another of the big fellas, that's Paul Willemse. There's Intimac. Penaud finding himself at first receiver. The Scotland line under siege. Another big carry from Willemse. The heavy artillery being thrown at Scotland and Cyril by within half a metre. Can they get there this time? Dupont looks one way, goes the other. Scotland have come offside. So here goes Moefana, a little skip. Good tackle from Tuipulotu, but look at the white jerseys lining out here. And Romain Intimac, a sense of inevitability. 4 minutes on the clock. France have their first try.
Marchand again with a launch off the back, manages a half break through the tackle of Watson. Willemse again repels Hamish Watson. Numbers created on the outside, 3 men could have walked over in the corner. And this is the difference.
But it's hard to imagine how the first 7 minutes of this match could have gone worse for Scotland.
Away.
Francois Cross is on for France in place of Anthony Gelon. Remains to be seen whether it is actually a head injury assessment or just a straight replacement. And there's the kick ahead, and well, it's set up nicely in the end there for Stuart Hogg. Damien Penaud got first run there, but in the end the bounce beat him, but it's there for France. Dupont, the long pass out on the right hand, and now the white jerseys have got big numbers here. Intimac, Ethan Dumortier, a second try in 8 minutes. And the man who simply couldn't stop scoring for his club, Lyon.
Rugby, we talk about the bounce of a ball. Again, lovely play. Finds space in the backfield. The bounce actually sits up for Stuart Hogg. But the counterattack, the work in the deck, actually comes off the heel of Hugh Jones. Scotland down a man, scrambling across the field. The 3-on-2 executed perfectly, straightened up by Ntamack. And over he goes in the corner. And the problem for Scotland now is every single physical area of this game.
You simply can't take your eye off this match. Hogg. Russell just popping it up there for Scummon. There's Sander Ferguson, who just came short a couple of moments ago. Russell. That is Richie Gray. Oh, and it's been poached, and Ramos is away and clear. And that is going to give 7 points to France. Just when Scotland appeared to be getting themselves back into the match.
Forcing Scotland to regroup, and again it's just the big zippy pass. They're very aware of Finn Russell taking the ball to the line. Smile on his face the whole way home for Tomo Ramos. Well read by the fullback, picked off beautifully.
Time ebbing away. France within touching distance. Dupont on to Wadi. There's Dupont again. On to Fickou, and Fickou clinches it for France. Thousands of flags being waved in the stands. Already named the player of the match. And if justification for that call was required, Fickou has now provided the seal. That was the carry there from Francois Cross. Here is Dupont. What an offload, but not quite hitting its mark. It was meant there for Jonathan Danty.
Great start for, I think, from France there, but Cyril by the Toulouse prop actually missed a massive overlap on that left-hand side. And we see the first of the box kicks from Van Poortvliet. Pretty good, but again, it gives chance for Ntamack to run back.
Yeah, despite the requirement of extra tempo today from... Oh, and there goes Flamand, there's the offload. And away and clear goes Dumortier. Dumortier out wide to Ramos. And France has scored on the counter. That is where they are so dangerous. England have immediately fallen into the trap.
Wow, there is a tremendous amount of support over here, but even those guys with their fantastic cockerel hats on would not have expected. Fast in the game, 1 minute, 49 seconds, and it's Olivon, the ex-captain, makes them Flamand. He's going to be one of the players of the season so far for France, and now it's just a foot race. And with those two guys on the ball, Ramos is always going to make it. That was super stuff. Dumortier, this is Olivon. This is where they're so dangerous with the offload. Flamand, he can play in the back row. He's playing second row today. And look at this. Bide your time, Dumortier. Out to Ramos on the left. What a start from France.
Well, Ramos scored with an interception against Scotland. And here you have to sense that England have fallen for a sucker punch.
Aldry right at the front, but they go for the banker ball at 2. Catch it and drive in field.
They go to Flamand. Ness carrying on is Francois Cross. Cross, who scored in the Grand Slam match last year. It is a penalty advantage here to France. Here's Jonathan Danty. Showing there he could step as well. Flamand! And Flamand powers his way through.
Advantage in the air. Stay off the plate.
What a championship this man is having. Fly half. A 6'8" fly half.
Well, watch this again. It's tremendous again from cross round the front. The old front peel. It's not dead and buried. It's useful for France. And then it's just big lads, isn't it? Hit in, hold in, and watch this line. Flamand coming round. Danty does it again. He attracts 3 people into that. There's not enough traffic in the way, and Flamand takes again 2 people. That's forwards over with him. That's how to pick a line. That's when to deliver the ball. Dupont is the trigger. When Dupont picks that ball up and goes, you make your run, and Flamand makes one heck of a run there. Powerful. Like he is France's, and Dupont is phenomenal. He is France's player of the tournament so far, as far as I'm concerned. He just does everything well. Unbelievable. Yeah, he certainly has line out, something like that. Second, yeah, that's what Flamand's back row, second row. They're all back row basically. What's Marietoje play? They all do it. Who's going to do it in the scrum? Even Stevens. Ooh, that's going to be a pen.
There's the pick up from Aldrich. Aldrich, the inside ball, and Olivon. It's 3 tries in the opening outs for France. It is turning into a rout.
Area apart. That didn't happen, and then just when everyone breaks up, everyone loses concentration. They think, oh, it's going to be a penalty, 3 points. No. Aldrich thinks differently. Let's go. This is why I'm one of the best number 8s in the world. I go. Options left, right. Pulls the ball back inside. Who's there? It could be Cross. It isn't. It's Olivon. This is again. It's the 8 to the 7. It could have gone to the 6. The back row are rampant. France are rampant. England are clueless.
Aldrich's carries into double figures and beyond.
And the 5, Devante, come inside. Okay.
There's Marchand.
No.
A whisper in the air from his Toulouse teammate. There he goes, Julien Marchand. Pick up there from Cyril Bay. He's met by Jamie George. 3.5 minutes short of the hour mark. Tal Fifinua being met by Lewis Ludlam. Little chip over the top from Dupont again. Entomac's after it. Entomac palms it back, and Flamand is through, and he scored his second. A 4th France try. To 34. Henry Arundel coming on to replace Max Malins.
He's given good weight in there. Every scrum he's given good weight. He's around the field. He's offloading for tries. He's scoring tries himself.
Okay, take him back. Okay, what's 10?
Well, there was certainly a sense, a perception, a message that came from the England staff that they regard England as that much fitter than France, and they thought they could get past them in the last 20 minutes. Well, Thomas Ramos and Antoine Dupont showing no signs of losing their mojo, and look at the pressure being applied there on Marcus Smith. Ramos just cantering through the England defence.
On-field decisions try. The ball's definitely gone over the line, therefore the ruck is over.
Well, the on-field decision is a try.
And presses the ball down.
But look at the speed of Dupont there. So the on-field decision, you said, Martin, is try.
And we're going to check to make sure the player is onside and grounds the ball.
What happens here? Bigger cat to fry. Fish to fry later on. World Cup's coming up. How can he convert all the territory, whatever, into points?
Yes, it's worth bearing in mind that England do have some summer internationals which are glorified warm-ups for the World Cup, but in terms of truly competitive matches which have major consequences, and Stewart couldn't grab it. This is the last that England have at Twickenham before the World Cup. And then there was the hand of Anthony Watson in there. The referee says it's a knock-on advantage. But look at France here.
Still playing advantage.
And it's Damien Penaud, and it's Penaud against Dombrun, and across comes Stewart, but Penaud is coasting in. It is a humiliation.
I'm happy with everything.
Twickenham back in 1997 when France beat England on their way to a Grand Slam. Well, his son today is going to put the icing on a record defeat.
Well, they've just pulled England literally apart, whether it's at front with their back row. Pinot, Don Bratton's going to get nowhere near him. And that's what happens. You get loose, you chase again. England's defence goes all to pot, and that guy just flies in.
8 minutes, guys.
I'm not going on holiday in France for my summer. Anyway, summer holiday is off. They have just taken England apart.
We're in the final minutes of that defeat here by South Africa in November. The green seats at Twickenham appeared in even greater numbers as the crowd left before time, and it's happening again here. Moefana, Ramos, oh again, it's simply magnificent. Pinot again. France have gone past 50. And now they smile. And they've even got an Englishman amongst them.
You've got Rafa Ibanez just boiling lovely there. Fabian just purring watching this. Simple back row move. I know you've got forwards out because Ollie Lawrence has been injured, but still you've got to score the tries. You've got to put the cream on top of the cake, and that's exactly what France have done. 2 tries for Pinot, 2 from Olivon, 2 for Flamand. Who else has got one? Ramos in the first, 1 minute 49 seconds.
Ficou pulls it back for Jonathan Danty. Makes a big difference on that 12 shirt for this French side. He punctures holes. Oh, Cyril Bay, it is in. Great carrier, Cyril Bay. Just makes those critical, hard meters. And now Antonio back into the team after serving a suspension. You may remember his collision with Rob Herring in the Ireland game. Maybe he should have been red carded for that, only picked up a yellow, but suspended. Here's Ramos now for Ntamack. Ntamack gets away. Where's the support? Ntamack throws the dummy, stays on his feet, and now it's Dupont. Oh. What a pass! What a pass for Damien Pinot. Parisian precision, luscious handiwork. That is French rugby at its absolute best.
Wales, look at that, Nick Tompkins grabbing around the shoulders, dummy pass for Ntamack, sacks in 3 defenders and still gets the ball away. But what about this pass? Oh my gosh, that is half the width of the field at pace with accuracy. Antoine Dupont, that is why everyone knows your name. Lovely awareness here, look, Ntamack sucks in the players. Oh, that's disappointing from Wales, they had bodies there. There's the pass. Wow.
That pass went the entire length of the Champs-Elysees. Here's Dupont, now Ramos, Ntamack. Ntamack looks inside for Ramos, brilliant. Here's Dupont. Are Wales going to be ripped apart again here? Dupont is hauled away by Rhys Sammet. Somehow France keep the ball in play. Here's Ficou, Taufifanua. Good defence by Wales. Listen to the noise in this packed Stade de France. Pulls it back for Ntamack. Danty's on the wing. Danty must score for France. It's catwalk stuff again from the men in blue.
Complete numbers, so maybe a bit of strength and contact was going to come into it, but this inside ball is working so well for the French at the moment. Really good work there, keeping that ball alive. Look at that offload, not even looking at where the ball's going. Poor Rio Dyer on the outside edge of the Welsh defence had so much ground to try and cover. Initially they do well, They managed to get themselves in front of the player, but in a one-on-one there, you know Dante's going to get it.
They're very all black here. So they got 4 backs on the left-hand side. Dante, Ficou, Dumortier. Thomas Ramos on the right with Peno. And that's the kind of scrum you'd expect from this French side. Dupont, he trips over his own man. Still going though. Look at the strength of the wee fella. Blamont, and now Cyril Bay. He's going to get held up just short. Marshall leaves it for Dupont. Full phalanx of players away in support. And then it's the monster, Wheelie Antonio, with the big boy blitzkrieg on the Welsh side.
Fullback there, pretty much the biggest mismatch you can probably get. But again here, I talk about Wales not coming up off their line. For Anton Dupont to be tripped up, yet still get to his feet and make ground, just shows you that Wales aren't really blitzing up. And if this position, defending your try line, you've got to get up off your line there. Lou.
Marchand. Good take by Olivon. It's this wonderful line out forward. Climbing like a skyscraper. France just might start to enjoy themselves here, which will mean dangerous times here for Wales. Here is Ficou, another French fancy. Sublime.
That is skill set executed, but unfortunately there you can see there, look, he leads the way, the rest of the line didn't follow, but still France didn't get flustered. There was Wales players all throughout that attacking line, getting in people's lines of direction, their eyesight, and still France were able to pick off the gaps.
On the end of that 6'7" body, rolling and rumbling France. Oh, they've slipped the ball away. Nick Berry's arm points in the French direction.
You have penalty advantage.
Luku trying to direct. Falatia, his turn to have a crack. Welsh defence is really sound here. Now it's Wardy. Wales try to poach, trying to go over the top. Told to leave the ball alone.
Release now, Taku!
Luku once more. There's the opportunity here for a win. Ramos. Yes, it's another one. Damian Penaud. More sweet dexterity from this French backline. And 80,000 and children rise in triumph.
They had that early penalty, didn't they? So they chose the tap and go. But there was no panic. Look at this, composed, hands, get the ball into space and jog it in. France are at that level of attacking play.
20 tries in the last 24.